Hello and welcome people back to more of Let's Play Folklore. This time we're going to begin chapter 2. To be honest, this is probably my least favorite chapter. Simply, well, there are two main reasons. It reminds me too much of all of the other games that were released in that era of gaming. And second of all, it has probably my least favorite boss of the entire game.
So are we about to get assaulted by a million shades of brown?
That's exactly what you've gathered. Although it's still a pretty interesting level, and it does give me one of the most enjoyable folks to use. Most of the other ones I never use again. They're kind of like if you already have better folks from the fairy realm. Let's talk to Gomez.
Well, I mean, he's not wrong. You know, for a guy who does nothing but stand there and stare at the light post all frickin' day, he's pretty well informed.
That lamppost is probably where they post the news. We
right
just
in front
can't...
of him too, so that way he doesn't miss it.
Yeah, that's also... I don't know, actually. He doesn't even stand right in front of that lamppost. It's only an optical illusion. We were lied to all along. But yeah, in true JRPG fashion, we are of course going to talk to everybody except for the objective first.
And then you also have to rob everybody.
Now, sadly, I can't rob anybody here. Their items are kind of worthless to me.
But we could sacrifice them at the altar to get more levels.
Eventually.
I like how Ellen just barges into this woman's house and just starts doing like this whole big speech. And this lady's like, alright.
This brings up memories. But yeah, it's nice that they do actually, like... She does actually bring up a backstory to why everything. Because up until this point I don't think you ever need to talk to her, so this is likely the first time you would ever talk to this woman.
Poor Ryan, getting stabbed in a graveyard.
I mean, if you'd hurry with that memory card, that wouldn't happen.
No one's gonna get that.
I don't care.
Before he got stabbed, he took a selfie with his killer.
Oh no,
maybe it'll help.
Like the photo was actually taken days before that actually happened, I think.
I like how she blatantly tells you to just go start pillaging through his stuff.
I mean, it's good that she gives us directions.
And, you know, he's dead. It's not like he's gonna use it anymore.
Yeah, all things considered, like when you see his hut, it's actually pretty well tended. For something that has been left for 17 years unattended. Yeah, and this is one of the possible hints that you should actually talk to her. What is also nice, you don't need to, for like finding the particular person to talk to, you don't actually need to talk to everybody. I just, some people just have interesting things to say. And here's the dandy man.
Oh no, Nico, you're gonna get copyrighted again. Mute it.
It's like I care. I mean, what am I going to replace it with? Caramel and Dansen?
Yes.
This would be so very fitting to this place.
Or replace it with Danny Boy. Oh wait.
Yeah, this is actually something I never found before when I was playing this game. Like this piece of information always escaped me because I never really thought to check the pub, since I wasn't really doing any side quests.
Nobody in this town likes each other, I've noticed.
Yeah, weird. I mean, all things considered, with how many people have been killed so far, you would think that the only ones left would be more likable, or like would like each other more to have lived so long.
Right.
We're not gonna be checking on Gomez's TurboGrafx 16 this time because there is simply nothing going on there. I mean, it's a PC engine. Maybe once he upgrades to PC Engine effects, then maybe we'll consider it. And now, there is a very important thing around here. A cat.
Holy shit, a cat. Why is there a cat?
I don't know, but it's a cat. It's a white cat, just kind of around here. And there's Keats.
Keats has always got one leg up on us. What the hell?
Hmm. Half a photo?
It means the little boy killed him.
Yes, how would you know? I
like how he blatantly tells her, I have sources, shut up.
Whereas she's like, oh, yeah, totally from the dead. How would you know? Now, I am always confused by these sorts of questions. Would you mind if I take it?
Yes, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, but this
So
is,
then he gives you it. Neat.
Yeah.
So if you had said no, then, like, would you actually give your half to him?
Yes.
Oh.
And what's interesting is when you play this part as Keats, after finishing this part with Alan, there will be no way to choose anything. It will just go on as, okay, have this photo, or I will take this photo.
Huh.
Yeah, they actually
Okay.
thought about that, and there is actually one, I think a couple more things like that, where they give you a choice, but only the person who plays first actually gets to pick what happens.
That's
The other one just automatically chooses the other option.
Well, I mean, if you want to keep your story coherent, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is told as the same story, kind of, from the perspective of two different people.
Mm-hmm.
And they do roll with it all the way. And here I was doing some side quests, and I forgot to cut it correctly. So we see her idle animation before I actually move on and press the goddamn button.
Well, she had to make sure her shoes were clean before she went outside.
That is true. I mean, you wouldn't want to bring any mud to the henge.
Nah, nah. That's just disrespectful.
Now, I don't actually know why you can still give the memento key, because if you want to go to the fairy realm, it's just open.
Right.
And it's also not like opening another door to the netherworld will close the ones that you opened before. But I guess since it stays as a key item. Well, hello there.
Fucking Pete's.
He's so great. It's like, it's kind of interesting how they just put together one person who just spills the beans immediately about everything, and the other one who just keeps everything to himself.
What is this?
Now, while I do not particularly like this level, I have to admit it has some of the most entertaining entrances.
Ugh.
And probably one of the most badass gates there are.
Was that a fucking fighter jet?
Yes, there are fighter jets.
Why?
Yeah, modern men created this place.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they made it brown.
That does make sense, but the whole shtick of this place is that it's created by the thoughts of people who died a sudden death.
Ah.
And so a lot of it is based off of war.
And now monsters can be inside the treasure chests.
That's really nothing new. We've already seen the Crenandos jump out of the crystal we destroyed.
Oh, true. True.
A 3-person group. A messenger joined them.
So, okay, Ellen Keats and somebody, probably Scarecrow.
No. 3 people who want to turn the netherworld around, upside down. So, it's the lady with the cones on her on her hair. The guy who reads the invincible guy, and the husbando man.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was the brownie, the guy that I got before off screen, that
Yeah.
I'm never really going to use because he's kind of trash. And here I also I think I already have upgraded Piggly slightly, so Piggly is now a lot more adorable.
He's ready for battle.
Totally.
We're here to support you, Ellen. From way over here.
Now they do actually kind of support you in the cutscenes.
I see.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work.
Orcadia. Subtle.
Or Arcadia. I don't know how it's supposed to be said, but I do actually like that name. It's a terrible pun.
So when do we fight the Smurfit Folklore?
The Smurfit Folklore?
Yeah, when do we fight that?
Don't actually know. Don't remember. Yay! Free Pigglies!
What the hell?
And they auto-aim. It's so adorable.
And deadly.
Uh-huh. They're actually pretty damn damaging for something so cute.
It's good to see that you're still using Booby.
Well, boobs are great.
Yes.
But yeah, for an area that's really heavy on like smoke effects and fire and everything, it actually runs pretty well. There are only a couple spots where where the frame rate slows down, but it never gets terrible.
Right.
Which, considering it's a 2007 PlayStation 3 title, that's an achievement.
Yeah, true. Also, is it me or the little lasso things that attach to it's a bit different?
What do you mean?
It must be because of the smoke filter. But they look different to me.
Go, my piglies! Oh, it gets even better. Because right now, I have already absorbed one of the folks that works kind of similarly to Piggly.
Really?
Yes.
Oh lord.
But yeah, Piggly comes in useful in this area, especially since there are a lot of rocks that explode, as they said.
Well, yeah, because then you can just hit them from a distance and not
Yes.
worry about it.
Go, my minion, take the hit for me.
Well, I mean, they don't mind, so...
No, not really, they don't. But yeah, this level has branching paths that ultimately lead kind of to the same place. I'm going to be going through both of them because JRPG. And you never just decide to not go all of the ways.
Oh, well.
And here I'm being kind of careful to not go back to the last area by accident.
My god, they're the most adorable soldiers ever.
Hmm. With their squeaky voices.
Yeah.
They can be pretty annoying though, especially since every enemy in this place appears in gigantic numbers.
But at least they make good absorption fodder.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, now I actually equip them, I think.
Oh lord.
They are... Yes, they work in a very similar way to Piggly, in that they auto-aim to the nearest target. They were trying to go for that crystal over there.
Huh. Oh god, guns.
Oh yes. Go, my minions. Go, my other minions.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh yeah, get used to that. It's not a very, so to say, efficient way of fighting enemies, but goddamn if it isn't cute. Barrager.
So now you can summon machine guns.
Yes.
What the fuck is this?
Now, the one thing that I find kind of annoying about the folks in this level, that's another thing that I forgot to mention. A lot of them look very similar to one another, which makes it kind of difficult to keep track of which one I am supposed to absorb / kill / do whatever with whatever, in order to get karma releases. Which is why a lot of folks from the Workadia I kinda ignore when it comes to leveling them up.
Understandable.
Especially since like beyond maybe like 2 of them, most of them are kind of outclassed by the ones you get from Fairy Realm or even or the later ones. Like, particularly the Ellen ones are kind of awkward. Like, for example, both of those are kind of awkward to use because you just kind of, they're prime example why Ellen's a little bit awkward to control, because she doesn't actually, she just pulls them out. You don't, she just pulls them out. You don't actually have direct control where they're going to aim, and they just aim straight ahead from where you're standing, which is just kind of difficult to keep track of what is there. no matter how good the camera controls would have been, this just doesn't work quite so well. Now with Keats, those are a lot more manageable because he just grabs them by the neck and uses them like that.
I thought you were gonna say he just takes the machine guns from them and uses them himself.
None of them reach that. It's adorable. It's good to see that the Piglies have priorities, that they would much rather attack the enemies rather than kill the crystal.
Right.
But this place is also I discover one interesting feature. None of like the items like the nuts or other karma release related thingamajigs ever disappear from the field. However, the health items do.
Well done.
So that's a good thing to keep in mind. Now, as far as both of those guys go, Hog is pretty damn useful, as in the one that you just send him out, along with the Piglies to charge everybody.
Of course.
The Barrager is usable against the big targets and not in a clusterfuck. And the Bullseye is just kind of terrible.
Poor Bullseye.
He just really is kind of terrible. Because he shoots like 2 shots. Maybe it gets more over time, but really, you ain't going anywhere with that.
Go, my army! Go!
Go, my minions!
Christ.
Wee.
You know, now I'm starting to think it's good that this didn't have online PvP.
Haha, this would be awesome. Just everyone shoving Piglies.
Yes.
Also, another thing on the Pigly that I discovered recently when going through the wiki. Pigly was actually a European exclusive.
Huh.
Yeah. America didn't get the Pigly, and I don't think Japan also got the neither Japan or America got the Pigly. So I'm glad I got the PAL version of the game. I don't care what the other monsters are that are actually exclusive to America. I got the Pigly.
That's all you needed.
That can't even fly far enough to reach the crystal.
Got it, Fat.
It's adorable.
So for this boss, they're telling you just shoot it.
Which essentially translates to use regular attacks.
Yeah.
What's also interesting about the Realm books, they never consider the option of you using a monster from another realm, which is a pretty interesting touch because, they don't, as like the fairies said, they don't travel around. They can't normally travel around the entire netherworld. And here I was just checking if I had been to that area, and I was. So I'm just going back. But even though they specifically say, "Oh, use these guys," that only just means use the guys that have that element on them.
Right.
They don't.
So in other words, Pigly's gonna be really fun.
Yes, Piggly does the job. As well as Puke and a bunch of other things. Although, an interesting fact about that monster, it's probably the first one to actually be resistant to destruction element.
Huh.
Like the one that was depicted in the book. Which is actually really rare. Although the monster itself is just not quite so great. Like, in my opinion, the troll outclasses it. And also it may have to do with the fact that my troll is... I'm not 100% sure if I have them already upgraded to the max at this point. No, I will have him upgraded to the max by the end of this level. And at this point, he's just so boss. It ain't even funny.
Yeah.
Go,
this is the most adorable slaughter I've seen in a long time.
Oh yes. Just a whole bunch of squeaky noises and pigs flying around and tiny soldiers.
Oh man, that reminds me. Because you have Piggly in this version, this game just became Hogs of War. Oh.
Hogs of War?
I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
Points to anyone who remembers that game. Then there's this one guy.
Yeah, it's always worth killing everybody, simply because, well, karma release, and items generally spawn right after you kill everything. And you can never have enough of those.
Never have enough life drops.
Well, you can have enough of them once you're already full on HP, but you know.
Nah.
There is always the nice pedal effect.
Of course.